Let us discuss about the reaction of acids and bases with each other. Sometimes acids and bases are described as chemical opposites of each other. The equivalent quantities of an acid and a base react to form salt and water. The word equation is acid plus base on reaction produces salt plus water. This process is known as neutralization. The reverse process of neutralization reaction is called hydrolysis. The word equation is salt plus water reaction gives acid plus base. Neutralization has many practical applications. Let us see few examples of it. Example 1. Agricultural land is often too acidic, or too basic, to grow certain crops. Farmers can add either a weak acid, or a weak base, to produce the level of acidity, or basicity. Example 2. Neutralization is also used to deal with environmental problems. Gases produced in factories are usually acidic. When they go into the air, they react with water to form acid rain. Scrubbers that contain bases can be attached to the inside of smokestacks in such plants to neutralize acids in escaping gases. The general equation is acid plus base on reaction gives salt plus water. Examples for acids and bases reaction with each other are hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide on reaction gives sodium chloride plus water. Phosphoric acid plus ammonium hydroxide on reaction give ammonium phosphate plus water. Lead oxide plus nitric acid on reaction lead nitrate plus water. Let us do an experiment to understand about reaction of acids and bases with each other. This experiment shows the reaction of sodium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid. The following apparatus are required in this experiment: conical flask, burette, and stand. The chemicals required are dilute hydrochloric acid, sodium hydroxide, and phenolphthalein solution. We need to take precaution during the experiment. Hydrochloric acid is corrosive in nature. So, take dilute hydrochloric acid, is one which contains much more of water in it. Let's start doing the experiment. Take 5 ml of sodium hydroxide solution, and pour it in conical flask. Add few drops of phenolphthalein solution to the sodium hydroxide. We observe that the phenolphthalein indicator color changes to pink color. NaOH is a base solution. Add dilute hydrochloric acid solution to the above solution drop by drop using burette, and observe the change. We observe phenolphthalein indicator color change from pink to colorless. Add few drops of sodium hydroxide solution to the above mixture, and observe the change. We observe phenolphthalein indicator change to pink color again. The word equation is base plus acid on reaction produce salt plus water. The chemical equation is sodium hydroxide, which is a base, plus hydrogen chloride, which is an acid, on reaction gives sodium chloride, which is salt plus water. Let us recollect in brief about acids and bases. Strong acid. Strong acid is one that dissociates completely ionized in water, and produces a huge amount of hydrogen ions. Weak acid. Weak acid is one that dissociate partially ionized in water, and produce small amount of hydrogen ions. Strong base. Strong base is one that dissociate completely in aqueous solution. Weak base. Weak base is one that partially dissociate in aqueous solution. Based on neutralization reaction, acids and bases are classified into 4 different ways. They are: strong acid reacts with strong base. Strong acid reacts with weak base. Weak acid reacts with strong base. Weak acid reacts with weak base. Let us discuss each one briefly. Let's start with reaction of strong acids with strong base. When strong acids and strong bases react, the products produced are salt and water. The acid and base neutralize each other, so the solution will be neutral, pH equals 7. The ions that are formed will not react with water. Let's see the chemical equation. NaOH, that is, base, plus HCl, that is, acid, on reaction, produces NaCl, that is, salt, plus H2O, that is, water. The next difference is strong acids reacts with weak base. The reaction between a strong acid and a weak base also produces a salt, but water is not usually formed, because weak bases tend not to be hydroxides. The chemical equation is hydrogen chloride plus ammonium hydroxide on reaction gives ammonium chloride plus water. Now, hydrochloric acid is a strong acid which is fully ionized, and gives a large amount of hydrogen, that is, H plus, ions. NH4OH is a weak base which is slightly ionized, and gives small amount of hydroxide, that is, OH minus, ions. Since NH4Cl solution contains more hydrogen ions than hydroxide ions, it is acidic in nature. Now we shall see how weak acid reacts with strong base. When a weak acid reacts with a strong base, the products produced are salt and water. The resulting solution, salt, will be basic in nature. The chemical equation is carbonic acid plus sodium hydroxide on reaction gives sodium carbonate plus water. The last difference is weak acid reacts with weak base. The pH of the solution formed from the reaction of a weak acid with a weak base depends on the relative strengths of the reactants. For example, if the acid HClO has a Ka of 3.4 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 8, and the base NH3 has a Kb equals 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 5, then the aqueous solution of HClO NH3 will be basic, because the Ka of HClO is less than the Ka of NH3.